Bertie, you're going to have to move. There we go. Okay, 1 minute warning. Let's go.
Hi, this is Megan from Megan in the Mornings, and I want to tell you about the best place to get a donut. That's called the Jelly Donuts, located at the corner of 24th and South Van Ness, and they are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you. Hi, this is Megan from Megan in the Mornings, and I want to tell you about the best place to get a donut. That's called the Jelly Donuts, located at the corner of 24th and South Van Ness, and they are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't forget, tell them when you go down there that Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you.
And good morning. It's so nice to see everybody on this Friday morning. And we have one wonderful show today. We have Pastor Monique joining us at the half hour. And like I said, I've said this for a couple days now, but she is an awesome person. I mean, when you hear her story, uh, it just warms your heart to know that there are people out there that actually do things like this pastor does. She's just awesome, and I can't talk enough about her. And we're just so honored to have her here today on the live stream. But before we do that, we got to do some important stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weather today here in San Francisco. It's 56 degrees right now. There's a 3% chance of rain through 8 a.m. There's a small craft advisory. The high today is going to be 68 degrees. The low is going to be 54. Boy, those temperatures sound like they're like, oh God. But anyway, today the morning looking at about 60 degrees this morning, and it's going to be a 2% chance of rain. This afternoon gets up to 65, up to 68 with a 3% chance. Tonight in the evening, it's going to drop down to 56, and there's about a 9% chance of rain. And in the overnight is the biggest chance of rain. We got a 13% chance of rain. So, like I said, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful sunny day, but tonight might get a little wet. Hey, let's take a look at the traffic. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what, this traffic seems to get worse and worse every day. Well, we already know anywhere in the city there is road destruction, I mean construction, and Oakland's not much better. Anything across the Bay Bridge. Uh, when you go up into Sonoma County, it's a bottleneck, a bunch of construction up there. You're going to have slow down and stop traffic. South San Francisco, guess what? If you're going to the airport, you better leave early. San Mateo the same way. Concord, you're not looking that bad, not that much construction, but you've got some slow down spots there. Headed into Walnut Creek, you're going to be in a slow down. And like I said, it's just basically a mess. If you got to go anywhere, leave early. Give yourself enough time to get there. Hey, in the news today, well, actually, it was this morning. A shooting in the area of San Francisco Venice Avenue thoroughfare left a 41-year-old man injured early Thursday morning, according to police. The shooting was reported about 1:05 a.m. in the 2200 block of Van Ness. Police said the victim and another man in his 40s were involved in a physical alteration that escalated when the suspect took out a gun and shot him. The victim was taken to a hospital and treated for injuries that are not considered life-threatening. No arrest had been made in connection with the shooting, and police did not provide a detailed description of the suspect. Anyone with information about the case is asked to call the police department's anonymous tip line at 415-575-4444 or to send a tip by text message to tip 411 with SFPD at the start of the message. Then we have burglars hit a toy store. Uh, San Francisco, popular San Francisco cafe and ice cream store in the inner Richmond was broken into early Wednesday morning, and what they took might surprise you. A suspect stole a vintage toy collection at Toy Boat by Jane on Clement Street. What makes this event even more bizarre is that this is the second time the toys were stolen from the cafe within a year. The owner thinks his suspect is the same person who stole the toys back in October when posing as a window repair person. She says that the this boggles her mind because the toys don't have much value and the actual cost damage left behind was far greater. Part of a vibrant vintage toy collection that welcomes customers to their store is now gone. That's after the suspect seen in the surveillance video broke the top window, stole a handful of toys. The windows were broken with a BB gun. So we came in and there were BBs on the floor. That's also a little bit of a weird feeling that somebody that sort of premeditated to come and shoot out the windows and break the glass in, Amanda Michael said. Owner Amanda Michael is far too familiar with a bizarre theft like this. Also, NFL coach Greg Knapp dies after being hit by a car in San Ramon. When it starts to feel so specific and targeted, it's definitely more unsettling than just a random window graffiti, said. The same thing happened back in October when the store's windows were broken and someone posing as a window repair person came in and stole the collection of toys from the shelves. Since then, Michael replaced the vintage Godzilla toys taken from, and the community graciously donated other items for the window display. Those were the toys taken at this time. The value to us and what they symbolize for the kids, they don't have a high monetary value. It's sentimental value. But you have somebody committing a crime that's hurtful to people for really no inherent value. I think it's a part of what you're really what where you're like, really, you have to steal toys that are on display for kids? It doesn't make a lot of sense, Michael said. Meanwhile, the damage left behind cost her business much more than the theft itself. Now, Michael says some of the toy collection may be gone for good. It's if it's that much of a draw for somebody, we'd rather just eliminate it. We're kind of bummed about it, but you can't do the same thing over and over again and not expect it to happen again, Michael said. With some of the toys are gone, the owner Amanda Michael says the spirit of the shop will continue. On a broader note, tomorrow the cafe is celebrating Toy Boat Day for its 39 years in business. Amanda, you go for it. Like I said, you got a spirit going because I've been upset. Well, we talked about that. I'm the victim of some thefts. It's like every time I get an electric bike, somebody decides that they want to steal it. I actually personally have had to. I went through 5 bikes in 6 months. Now, bike thefts are quite common in the Bay Area and in San Francisco. Electric bikes are even more prominent. But what really gets me of the whole ball game is the fact that number one, there is information leading to the arrest of these individuals. 2 individuals should have been already arrested and charged with the crimes, but yet they're out at large. One of the suspects rides up and down the road waving at me and smiling in a brand new car. Yet I haven't been able to return back to work and make the income that I'm lost from being a door dasher. So like I said, I don't understand it. The other suspect is in a video. It shows him coming into the backyard taking the 2 bicycles. He even looks at the camera. San Francisco PD was given a copy of this video, also given the link to the YouTube where it's posted, and as of to date, no arrest. Now, just for a little bit of a bright side on that note, a week after after the bikes were stolen, the 2 bikes were stolen, the suspect was seen standing in a line at a local grocery store. But because I couldn't pull it up fast enough on my smartphone, I couldn't get the police involved. Because the security officer at the store, he being an off-duty police officer, told me that without that footage, there was nothing I could do. Like I said, that's neither here nor there. But like I said, I feel for anybody that is a victim of a crime. And like I said, I've been my fair share victim more times than I care to count. Hey, next week we're going to be looking at a few things. Next week we're going to look at the mayor's office. We're going to look at the housing situation, and we're going to look at senior citizen housing. Now, why is this so important? Because right now we have 3 senior citizens that I personally know of looking for housing. And HSH out of the mayor's office says there's nothing they can do. But yet there are 35 available residents for senior citizens, senior living facilities, their rooms available for Section 8, whatever, but they're there. They're available for people to live in. We have, right now, we have more vacancies in senior living facilities, and the mayor's office says we can't do anything. And we don't call the shelter, don't call 311 looking for a shelter bed. They closed it down. But yet we don't want people living on the streets. Yet we're going to go out there, and if you see somebody in a tent, you're going to take your camera out there and you're going to take a picture. Like I said, next week, I think I'd tune in. If you don't like people living homeless on your street and you want to do something about it, tune in next week because we're going to show you how to do something. We are going to put enough heat on the mayor's office to start getting things done. When agencies, and guess what? Names are going to be named, agencies are going to be listed out, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your luck. You got you had the opportunity to do something. You've had the chance, you've gotten the money, and you failed to do so. Hey, I don't feel sorry for you. I am going to be the one that points it out. Like I said, you know, I understand everybody's got to make a living. I'm not shooting that down. I'm not saying anything. I'm not depriving anybody of making a living. My goodness, making a living is one thing, but when you're actually getting rich off of a situation, and I mean, there are directors out there in these nonprofits that are getting rich. They're making money off of people being homeless. And that's sad. Not only is it sad, but it should be criminal. And it's about high time somebody put this out in the light. So next week, if you want to hear names, you want to know the organizations that are doing it, tune in because you're going to be shocked. But I'm going to tell you this, between now and next week, and you get ready to go out your door and you see that tent out there and you want to grab that cell phone, hold off. Hold off till I tell you who the real responsible parties are. Then maybe you take that cell phone and you'll go and you'll record them. And you'll start putting pressure on them. The minute we stand together, you know, I talked earlier about a couple songs. I got in trouble for one, and, you know, I'm not going to play it, but if you get a chance, go to YouTube and listen to Casting Crowns Nobody. You know, it proves a point. And watch the video. Watch the video itself because you see people coming together. You see people standing together. The other video that I really, really invite you to watch, and the words, listen to the words because they explain a lot. We waste in the United States, we waste more resources. We're not even talking about just food because Lord knows we waste enough of that. But I'm talking about resources, resources that would help solve problems in our society. But because we're too busy and too willing to turn that TV off and say, well, it doesn't affect me, you know, and that's the funny thing. It doesn't affect me. You turn the TV off, it doesn't affect me, but you go out the door with your cell phone and record a video and put it on 311. If it doesn't affect you, what are you putting that on 311 for? Why are you even bother taking the video? Why don't you get to know the person on the street? That person on the street might be somebody you really want to know. And you never know when that person on the street might just be there to save you. And what do I mean by that? I know you're going, Megan, how can a homeless person save me? Well, let me put it to you like this. I was homeless about a year and a half ago. And there was, on this street that I was putting my tent up on, there was cars getting broke into. There was people going in and shoplifting in this store so bad that, you know, they were coming out with boxes of meat. They were hitting the emergency exit and out they go. But, you know, not a person that I could do a whole lot. I made an agreement with the store. I'll put my tent at one of the emergency exits. And if there's an emergency, like a fire or anything like that, hey, I'll clear the pathway. But I'll slow down those thieves. One night, my life was threatened because I was helping the store. Another time, there was car break-ins. I was able to get footage of the individual breaking into the cars and turned it over to the police department. And that individual got arrested. So, like I said, the person you're taking pictures of and you're getting DPW to come out and take everything out, hey, stop and think. Let me ask you a question. Would you like it if somebody came into your home and took everything you own because you weren't there to save it? They call that burglary. And you'll call the police and you'll want them to make an arrest. But yet you call DPW, who does the same thing to a homeless person. They steal everything they have and they put it in the back of a pickup truck or a garbage truck, whichever they really prefer, and they take it to the dump. They have stolen from that person. And if you're the one that made that 311 call, you helped him. But yet, if somebody goes in your house and steals your stuff, you're going to be upset. You're going to call the law. Come on, guys. Wake up. Smell the coffee. The real perpetrators of the problem that's going on is the mayor's office and her little subgroups behind it. Because I got news for you. You can call a couple supervisors that I know of personally that do their ever loving best to try to help. And when they get the roadblocks, when they get told no, it's a proven fact. I mean, after all, about 2 months ago, Mayor Breed said, I have these rooms that we're going to start giving out. We got 6,000 rooms we're going to place people in. But yet I know of 3 people right now that can't get housing to save their life. We just had $12 billion for the state of California. $12 billion over 2 years. That would cut any number, put a dent in any number of homeless people, except San Francisco. I guarantee you, we could get, let's say, half of that money. And I guarantee you that we'd be in worse shape than we are now because nothing can be done. These hotels that are closing because of the pandemic, why don't we use this money we're given to buy them and get these people off the street? Yeah, there's some people out there that don't want to come off the street, and those people, boot them down the road. Send them to someplace else and let somebody else deal with them. But let's get the people that want to be housed, let's get them housed. You know, it is high time. I sent an email and I told the person I sent the email to, I said, you're not going to like life after tomorrow. I said, Monday, organization, and I'm going to name the organizations that get money and don't do anything. And I'm going to give you proof. I plan on doing a lot of research this weekend to show you where the problem lies. And one of the problems is the person we put in the mayor's office. Now, like I said, everybody asks me, Megan, why do you hate the mayor so? I don't hate her. Please understand that I don't hate her. I just don't like the fact that she's got a job and she refuses to do it. Anybody else gets a job and they don't do it, guess what? They're fired. They are given the pink slip and they're told to go down the road. So why is it any different for the mayor's office? Why is it any reason that we are going to have a person doing that doesn't do their job? I mean, come on. Really? Are you trying to tell me that Mayor Breed is doing everything she can? I hate to break it to you, but come Monday, I'm going to show you. I am going to shock you with information that I'm going to air on this show, on this live stream, come Monday morning. So like I said, next week I wouldn't want to miss this show for anything in the world. But you know what? Now's the fun time because now I get to introduce somebody that, like I said, she is an awesome person. I am honored to know her. And I just, like I said, I can't say enough about her. And I'm so excited that she's going to be with us today. And she's going to be with us as soon as after these commercials we air. But like I said, Pastor Monique is a very awesome individual, and you're going to get to meet her here today in the last half hour. And like I said, not for nothing, she is, I mean, she's all that. She's all that in a box of chocolate. But hey, we got to pay the bills, so let's go ahead and hear from our sponsors. Here's the word from our friends down at Jelly Donut.
Hi, this is Megan from Megan in the Mornings, and I want to tell you about the most best place to get a donut. That's called the Jelly Donuts, located at the corner of 20, and they are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't forget, tell them when you go down there that Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you. Hi, this is Megan from Megan in the Mornings, and I want to tell you about the most best place to get a donut. That's called the Jelly Donuts, located at the corner of 24th and South Van Ness, and they are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't forget, tell them when you go down there that Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you.
Hey, yes, we're back, and I'm getting things set up for our guest today. Our guest today is Pastor Monique Ortiz. She's from the St. Mary and Martha Lutheran Church, and I'm looking to see if she's joined us yet. Uh, but like I said, more than anything, I am just so excited about her being here to join us because she is an awesome, awesome individual. Uh, I can't say enough about her to let you know how much you know I really enjoy this woman. I get a chance to hear her every week, and like I said, not for nothing, her messages always leave me inspired. But more than that, she has a story of, I guess, how she started out in ministry because she wasn't always a pastor. I mean, this is not something she's done all her life. And to hear the trials and struggles that she went through to become a pastor, like I said, my hat's off to her, and I just can't thank her enough for giving us this time this morning. And I've got to make sure that she is not hiding out in the waiting room. And let's see, she's not quite there yet. We'll give her a few more minutes. But anyway, like I said, it's people that are elected into you know, our public office. Uh, People, have bashed Governor Newsom. Oh, he didn't handle the pandemic right. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. But yet I've heard it because when you go downtown and you talk to somebody and you mention Mayor Breed, they come, oh, wow, I don't know why I voted for her. But yet she's still mayor. We haven't gone to impeach her. We haven't done anything to make her do her job. And we let her sit there and say, I'm doing this when she's doing that. Like I said, I get email after email after email asking me why I hate Mayor Breed. And I'm going to stress this very, very adamantly. I don't hate her. In fact, I don't even know her. But what I do know of her, come on. I mean, really? Like I said, I cannot for the life of me understand why we put her in office. I really can't. Because, like I said, it is amazing of, you know, what you know, anybody else had a job to do, they, they'd have been fired. But yet, here we go. We've got this person doing a job, doing it really badly, and she's still working. She's still employed. And on the screen, you're going to find the numbers for the call in today. Because if you have a question for Pastor Monique, feel free to call in. And we're putting the numbers up right now as we speak. And the first one's going to be 415. Uh, I think it's five something. I don't call myself enough to know what my own phone number is. That's really bad. Uh, but like I said, we're inviting you to call in. If you have a question for Pastor Monique, feel free to call in and ask us. And it's 415-595, and it's 2980. Okay, that is the number you can call in, or what you can do is you can email me, and the email is okay, and then email is megacbelafonte@gmail.com. These are the ways that you can get involved into the interview. And like I said, we welcome anybody that wants to call in or to leave a message, or even just send us an email. Not a problem. We are welcoming all emails and phone calls. Uh, if you have a question, please call us or email us, and I will ask the question to Pastor Monique when she joined us. Like I said, one of the reasons why that I invited Pastor Monique is because just of what she does for the community. I mean, this woman has to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday because we have a 9:30 English service, and then that's over with, and she has to do an 11 o'clock Spanish service. And I mean, to prepare for both of these, yeah, she's bilingual, and I mean, the fact that she can speak two languages, okay, cool, but it still takes a lot of work to put two services on. I mean, I'd have a problem with one. I really would. I couldn't be a preacher if my life depended on it. I mean, God was smart enough to know a live stream host I'm good at sometimes, and but for the most part, let's face it, I am not a preacher. Like I said, I'm a God fearing woman. Don't get me wrong. I love what I do at the church. I am the tech person for the church, and they gave me all kinds of new toys to play with. And here's my Pastor Monique. Now let's go ahead and admit her in here. And how you doing today, this morning, Pastor? Let's see. Oh, there she comes. Zoom is not the fastest thing in the world, but it's great because it's got good clarity. How are you doing this morning, Pastor?
Well, hi, Megan.
It's good to see you. I can
I
look at
can't
you.
hear you.
You can't hear me? Hold on a second. Let me find out what's going on. Um, you look wonderful. Doesn't she, folks? She looks like she's just ready to go. Hold on a second.